Hey, welcome back. So it's another morning here in Old Delhi, and we are at the Lambi Gali. So Lambi Gali is actually a lane in the Lal Kuan neighborhood of Old Delhi, and this is where we are going to continue our exploration of Old Delhi, also called Chandni Chowk, also called Shahjahanabad, built by the Mughal king Shahjahan around 400 years ago. It was built in the 1600s. And this interesting section of Shahjahanabad actually has a very interesting recent history, I should say. So what you're looking at right now is actually an old movie hall. It was called the Excelsior Movie Hall, Excelsior, Excelsior Movie Hall, and it used to be a very famous single-screen movie hall here in Delhi. I did a little bit of research. Wow, look at those views. There is this beauty in the old moss-covered things here. And that entrance itself tells you this was a significant place, no longer maintained like significant places though. This must have been the back of the Excelsior, the movie hall. It was built in the 1930s, I think, based on the research that I tried to do, and it was called Inayat Hall or something like that originally, but as of more recently it was called the Excelsior Cinema Hall, and we are actually at the back where people would come after watching a movie. So we are still very close to the cinema hall in the Lal Kuan neighborhood of Old Delhi. Those birds seem to be greeting you and greeting me. A very good morning. And all these places tell you that there's this history and magnificence associated with them, and our plan for today is to explore the Lal Kuan neighborhood and areas around this neighborhood of Old Delhi. You wanna come inside? Let's go. But I'd recommend that we be quiet, because I think people's houses are fairly close by here, given the density.
Documentary bana hai, dekh rahe.
So of course, if we'll be poking our heads and our noses so close to people's houses, they will have questions. So we are still in Lal Kuan now, but we are what are the more deeper reaches of Lal Kuan. And yeah, we'll keep walking deeper and deeper into this area till we can, and we'll explore the morning of Lal Kuan. That's the early morning sun in your eyes and in my eyes. This seems like a residential area of Lal Kuan. Of course, we see the people who live here going about their daily lives. Always a very interesting visual. The modes of transport that these people must be using. And on the left, I think we see something written in Urdu, which I cannot understand. So from the residential, we are now walking in what's more of a commercial part of Lal Kuan, and you can clearly see more activity here, and of course people doing different sorts of things, actually getting on with their work lives, even though it's a Sunday. I think it's the Sunday that makes it a little more bearable and a little easier to understand and explore these areas, because on a weekday at normal hours it'll be so crowded. Some more of the sun for us. So we have walked till as far as we could within the Lal Kuan region. We were actually roughly walking west, or I should say the western edge of Lal Kuan or of Chandni Chowk. More like southwest, I should say. And we felt that we kind of reached a dead end, so now we are walking back towards the main road, still in the Lal Kuan region, still looking at the morning lives of the people who live here or the people who work here, kind of walking with that vegetable hawker. Oh, another one's here. And yeah, I hope you're enjoying these experiences as much as I am, because I'm loving this. So we did not really eat much in the morning, and I think same might be true for you. So at least to get some caffeine going, get some energy going, we'll have this tea. I should say as is customary, because we've been having a lot of teas. You've been having a few as well, if you've seen the previous videos. And yeah, here we'll have some Lal Kuan tea. Lal Kuan, of course, is the region or the area of Shahjahanabad that we are in. I'm sure this bhaiya will prepare some delicious tea for us. Yummy! That looks, of course, very delicious as well. Those cookies and biscuits. But I think my trick of keeping it safe here in Old Delhi is to only have things which I see are cooked or heated at high temperatures in front of my eyes, such as the tea or something which is fried. So yeah, I would not be eating those cookies, and yeah, I guess it's a safe little trick that you could use as well. But yeah, we are still walking through the now more crowded lanes of Lal Kuan to get back to the main road. Alright, so I hope you are not too tired. We've done about 50% of our walk for the day, and we are back on the main road here in Lal Kuan. And of course we keep seeing these very interesting and moving visuals. Our plan is to keep walking deeper on this road, and we'll see where we reach. So if the Excelsior Cinema Hall from earlier today was the first highlight of today's walk, this one has to be the second. Of course, looking at it from the outside, from the main road in Lal Kuan, you don't really understand the significance of this place. You do understand a little bit of it from these angles. This was built as the palace of Zeenat Mahal. It's also called Zeenat Mahal ki Haveli. You can look at those huge doors with those spikes in the front so that even the elephants will not be able to push through. Zeenat Mahal was the favorite wife of Bahadur Shah Zafar, who was the last Mughal emperor who ruled from right here, Shahjahanabad, in fact from the Red Fort. And he built this Haveli for his favorite wife in the mid 1800s. You can see right here in any of the directions once you're inside, and you would rarely find traces of the Haveli here because this has all been encroached and neglected, and yeah, there's absolutely nothing that tells you that this was once a palatial Haveli for a queen. Except for maybe that staircase that you saw in the earlier shot. That seemed quite in sync with this place being a Haveli. Everything else, of course, looks pretty ordinary and neglected here inside the Zeenat Mahal ki Haveli. That looks like a little temple that has been created here. Interestingly, I don't really see an idol here. Normally you would see an idol, so that's not something that I understand, but this place does look like a temple. Honestly, it's really sad that this place is neglected like that. Anyways, we must move on. We must keep walking from the Zeenat Mahal ki Haveli onto this very interesting and very lively lane within the Lal Kuan neighborhood. This is called the Durga Gali, and you can of course hear all that music already. I'll let you enjoy it, but just want to talk a little bit about this place. So this lane, as I said, is called the Durga lane, and it's built into a temple. So you're essentially entering this lane and also entering a temple at the same time. And at the other end of the lane, you'll see a bunch of houses where people live. And yeah, this is a very interesting social and cultural and religious thing that there's a temple at the entrance of a colony. But yeah, I think we are kind of done with the walk for this morning, and I hope you've enjoyed walking. I hope you've enjoyed seeing these visuals and experiencing the views and the people of Shahjahanabad in yet another episode. And I hope you're not too tired from the walking. But yeah, I will see you again very soon. So yeah, bye.